Alright guys, so welcome to Yellowstone. Does anybody know why Yellowstone is so special?
No.
Nobody knows?
First national park.
Where?
Oh.
In the world. It's the first national park in the world. Today we're on the Yellowstone loop trip, where we come in from the south entrance near Flag Ranch. Here we stopped at Lewis Falls and we talked about the formation of the caldera that Yellowstone is known for. We stopped at the lake overlook, where you could see Yellowstone Lake, the second largest alpine lake in the world. From there we headed up to Old Faithful, which we just saw go off. From here we're going to be going through the other geyser basins. From there we head east and we go to the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone. Check out Upper and Lower Falls, or Yellowstone Falls, which is a pretty spectacular waterfall. From there we head south. We're going to go through Hayden Valley, check out the Sulphur Cauldron, the mud volcano, back down along Yellowstone Lake, completing the southern loop, back out to the south entrance, all in one day.
Well, we're coming through Yellowstone and we've seen lots of wildlife. We saw Old Faithful. The bison were like, you could reach out and touch them. It was the best thing, best experience.
This trip is an awesome trip because you really get to see the whole southern side of the park. You get to see Old Faithful, which is a huge icon of Yellowstone. You get to see the Grand Canyon, which is another huge icon. Lower Falls, which is one of the most photographed waterfalls in Yellowstone. Absolutely gorgeous.
The Lower Falls is amazing, amazing. The waterfall is gorgeous. How many opportunities could you ever have in a lifetime to see something as beautiful as Yellowstone in the winter on a snowmobile? No, this is unbeatable.
The guides, all of them have been very accommodating, very informative. They know their stuff. They know all about the history.
So one of the things that makes seeing Yellowstone in the winter so special is that you get to have the park to yourself. In the wintertime, under all the commercial permits, about 100,000 people can come in between December 15th and March 15th. In the summertime, the park sees up to 3.5 million people. In the wintertime, it's really neat because you get to see Yellowstone in a pretty harsh environment. It kind of humbles you and makes you realize what these animals go through that live in Yellowstone. On the way in today, we saw a fox. We've seen bison. We often see coyotes, sometimes bald eagles. Every once in a while, if you're lucky, you get to see a wolf.
I couldn't believe, when we drove through a herd of buffalo in the middle of the road on snowmobiles. I mean, 5 foot away from you, and there's this wild animal that weighs, it's just enormous, and it's just so docile and just walking with you.
On Yellowstone trips, we have our lunch catered. They make us homemade sandwiches. It's all in-house homemade bread, homemade soups, homemade brownies. I've never heard of anybody complaining about the lunches, and everybody leaves full.
They had a picnic lunch for us. We had awesome food.
And Togety's always been our first choice. It's great all the way through. The tours are great. They fed us a great lunch today. The scenery has been phenomenal.
The Yellowstone trip is an awesome family activity. You get to see amazing sights. You get to go to the world's first national park in the wintertime. A little bit more mellow, so it might appeal to those who aren't looking to jump 100 feet on a snowmobile, aren't looking to go 100 miles an hour.
As a local, I love the wildlife here in the area, and to be able to go in during the wintertime was really amazing. Coming to Yellowstone in wintertime is completely different from summer.
If snowmobiling isn't necessarily your cup of tea, another option we have is taking a snow coach tour. Snow coach is a 15-passenger van that runs on snow tracks, so it can go on the same trails that we ride snowmobiles on, but you still get to see the same things, only you're in a heated van. Togety Snowmobile Adventures is, in my opinion, one of the best outfits in town. We keep a very current fleet of snowmobiles. We offer a little bit for everybody.